Welcome to Liberation Flow. We're going to begin practice in a hero's pose. So you can sit as I am on the heels. If you need a little support, a block between the ankles is great. Even sitting on a pillow or blanket. And otherwise, you can always sit in a cross-legged position as well. So come onto your mat. Invite your eyes to close. And then without thinking too hard, have your palms face down for grounding or face up for receiving. And then take a moment to ground in your surroundings. Become aware of the sensation of air on your skin. Notice the sounds in your space. Feel your heart beating in your chest. Begin to draw your breath in with a bit more intention. Your only work right now is to balance the length and strength of each breath. Liberation is to be free, to give yourself permission to drop the weight. We often hold ourselves under so much pressure of everything we have to be, everything we have to do, all the things we desire. We burden ourselves with imagination, misunderstanding, and lack of trust. The path of yoga leads us to supreme freedom by knowing the unbounded self, a sense of true I amness. We'll begin practice by chanting 3 Ohms as a reminder to our interconnectedness with all that is. Take a full breath through your nose. Easy breath out to release. Inhale. Begin to crawl forward, coming down onto your belly in a crocodile pose. Set up your palms to stack. Rest your forehead right on your hands. Elbows wide, left and right. And then make any little adjustments you need so that you're comfortable. That might be widening the elbows more so the upper back softens. That might be widening the legs, giving your hips a little bit more space. Reconnect with your breath by expanding your belly into the floor. With every exhale, surrender a little more. And let your body sink. Disengage. Seek a space of ease. Just 2 more breaths here. And then you'll slide your hands back by your ribs. Press yourself all the way back to a child's pose. Allow yourself the freedom to be. Allow gravity to do the work by grounding your weight into the earth. Pull yourself up to a tabletop position. Stack your joints. Grip your fingers into the floor. And if your shoulders need a little bit more room, just widen your hands a little bit. Maybe even turn the palms out slightly. Now we'll take some cat-cows, but rolling through the spine. So we'll start by moving towards cat, tucking the tailbone around. Feel the rounding travel through the mid-back, the upper back, the shoulders, the head will drop. And then keep the rounding in the upper back. Start with the tailbone again. Tip the pelvis forward. Feel the arc coming into the low back, mid-back, upper back, shoulders, and the head will lift. Again from the tailbone, round the low back first. Travel up all the way to the head. Drop down. Again from the tailbone, arc the low back, mid-back, upper back, shoulders, lift the gaze. One more time like that, from the tailbone, round. And if this is challenging, right, it's meant to be. It's isolation. If it's causing frustration, let it go. Just do typical cat-cow. Last time from the tailbone, arc your way to cow pose. All right, now we'll start with the head first. So we're going to keep the sway back. Bring your chin down to your chest. Round through the upper spine, mid-spine, low back. And then again, start with the head. Eyeballs look up, the nose lifts. This is the tricky part, right? Get into your upper back as best you can. Mid-back, low back, cow pose. Chin down, ripple all the way back to your cat. Lift the eyes, lift the gaze, ripple back to tailbone. One more like that, chin down first. Round your way back. Eyes first, nose lifts, chin lifts, arc your way to cow. Tuck your toes, lift up and back, downward facing dog. Now if you want to pedal out a little bit, feel free to shift the hips back and forth, deeply bending each knee. Reconnect to your breath. And then you'll take an inhale, rise to your tiptoes. Drop both heels over to the left. Stay in the down dog shape. Press through your hands. Breathe length into your right side body, expanding the right ribs. Take it right back up to center. Drape the heels over to the right, staggering the feet, engaging as you land on the razor edge, and then again press the floor away. Take it right back to center, and then you'll stay on your tiptoes. Take a walk forward to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, bow forward and fold. Rise all the way to stand. Extend your arms up. Breathe in. Hands meet in front of the heart. Take another inhale, reach. A little bit of back bend. Exhale, swan dive forward, trickling your hands to the ground. Again, half lift, lengthen. Ground the palms. Step your left foot back and lower your knee down. Inhale, the arms extend towards the sky. Now take a moment to ground your lunge, spread your toes, hug your inner thighs towards one another, and we're going to spin the palms to face forward. Take a breath in, reach, lengthen. Breath out, field goal arms, pull down and find a little back bend. Inhale again, reach up. Now imagine a bar just behind your shoulder blades. Pull down and arc the upper spine. One more like that. Inhale to reach. Exhale, pull down. Reach the arms back up. Float your hands down to the mat and take a big step forward to fold. Once again, it's a flat back. Extend the spine. Exhale, bow forward, ground the hands. This time the right foot will step back, lower your knee, and extend the arms up. Take your time organizing. Inner thighs hug towards midline, the feet press down into the mat, and then the palms will spin to face forward. Take a breath in to reach. Breath out, field goal arms, pull down. Inhale, reach. Exhale to pull. Inhale, reach. Last time, exhale, pull down. Inhale to reach. Float the hands back down to the mat, and then again, forward to folds. Halfway lift, ripple the spine to lengthen. Exhale, fold forward, chest to thighs. Sink low through your hips and take a chair pose. Your feet can be together or apart. Find what feels good. Draw your navel in as you sit back and extend upward through the spine a touch more. Spread your toes, sink deeper. Imagine you could bring your sits bones together to touch, a little engagement in the glutes. And then in one motion, arms by the side, legs straighten, Tadasana. Have the palms spiraling forward. Shoulders are just slightly drawing back in space to keep the collarbones broad. And then lengthen from your back body. Take a breath in, extend the arms up to the sky. Breath out, hinge and fold all the way forward. Halfway lift, flat back. Ground the palms, step, step back, plank pose. Now hold it here. Create a long slope from shoulders to heels. So the frontal hip bones press slightly forward. Grip through the fingers and squeeze the belly. Extend your heels towards the back of the mat as the crown of the head extends forward. We'll take a breath in. Exhale, lower all the way down to the floor, one long plane. Point your toes, breathe in, lift the heart. Exhale, lower the chest down. Press back through a child's pose. Tuck your toes and come right back to down dog. 2 breaths. Now again, rise to your tiptoes. Take a walk forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up, extend the arms. Hands to heart, exhale. In your Tadasana, be mindful of knitting your frontal ribs down. If that causes the shoulders to round, just a little peeling back. Maintain this nice long line as you extend the arms up, biceps by your ears. Now keep your gaze forward. Bring your weight into your right foot. And we're going to step back to an extended runner's lunge. So the arms are going to stay reaching. You're hinging at the hips. Load the right foot and step your left leg back. Bending the front knee, and you land in the hover, belly hovering over the thigh. Replicate the same essence of the plank pose. Draw your navel in. Strong extension in the back leg. Your heel pulls you back, but your arms extend you forward. Take another inhale. Exhale, hands come down to frame your front foot. Inhale to plank. This time, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale is upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Now if you want to jump, this time we'll look forward, high tip toes, bend your knees, take a hop or a walk, top of the mat. Half lift and bow. Press through your feet to come all the way to stand, sweep the arms. Hands to heart, exhale. Once again, check in with the posture, ribs down, shoulders back. Extend the arms up. And we can pretend we have a block between the hands, so create some resistance as you push inwards, engage the arms. The weight this time will shift into the left foot, right foot begins to hover. We'll slide the right foot back as we hinge at the hips, bend your standing leg, land in your extended runner's lunge. Feet are on their own lines, railroad tracks, so you've got stability. Right heel draws you back, the arms extend you forward, take a full breath in. Exhale, hands float down to the mat. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 cycles of breath. On your next breath in, fly the right leg up and back to a three-legged dog. Bend your right knee and open your hip. Now this time, give yourself a little freedom to open the right armpit, right? Typically we're trying to square things down, but just open. Let the right knee lift, the right hip lift. And if it calls to you, lower your left forearm down and try reaching your right arm a little farther, perhaps on tented fingertips. Squeeze your right heel into your glute and yawn the hip open a little bit more. Now we'll use our strength to ground the right palm, lift the left elbow, and extend the right leg back to a three-legged dog. Square your right hip to the floor, and we'll draw the right knee to the nose. Round the spine as the shoulders shift forward. Kick the right leg back to a three-legged dog. This time, use that same work. Knee to nose, round the back, step your right foot forward, and open to a warrior two. Same idea to hug the ribs in towards the back body, but also peel the shoulders open. Press your feet down into the earth. Be active in the legs. From here, straighten your front leg. Take your hands to your hips and pivot your right toes so all 10 toes are facing at the long edge of your mat. Feet are on the same plane. Use your thumbs to kick the hips forward. We're going to hinge into a wide leg fold. Keep your flat back as long as you can. When the spine wants to round, allow it and drape your hands towards the earth. Now the idea here is to get a bit deeper, so you've got a few options. Feel free to grab hold of your ankles. As the elbows bend, they go wide and the crown of the head extends towards the earth. If it would feel better to reach the arms between the legs, palms face down, that might allow you to get a little deeper. So you see what's working for you. Choose a posture and then be there. Extend even from the back of your neck. The crown of your head is lengthening towards the earth. You might even touch the floor, in which case you're rooting down. If you have a block handy, you could always use that to bring the floor to you. Engage your quads, feel your kneecaps lift. Last couple breaths. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders, and then we'll play with Skandasana. Turn the left toes out, bend the left knee. Now you can stay with the right foot grounded. If you can come a little deeper, the right toes will spiral towards the ceiling. Use your hands on the floor for this round and just walk yourself back and forth. Be aware of your extended leg, that you're not sinking into hyperextension. So there might be just a little bit of downward pressure through the heel so the leg stays active. In the bent knee, we're thinking about yogi squat. So we're drawing the knee wide, keeping the glutes active. Next time you're in Skandasana at the back of the mat, stay there. And then we'll use a little bit of strength to shift into warrior two. Bend the front knee, bring yourself forward, take little adjustments to get back into alignment. All right, from here it's half moon. Start to reach your right hand down and to the right of your front foot on block or floor. Shift your weight to the right foot as you tiptoe on the left, and then we'll lift the left leg up for some balance. Keep the left leg engaged, whether that's a pointed toe or a flexed foot. Notice the spiral in your chest, spinning upward towards the ceiling. Take your left hand down, square the left hip like a supported warrior three or standing split. And then we're going to bend the left knee, guide it to the outside of the right leg as you bend your right knee, and bring your left shin down. Sit on your left heel. So we're either going to stay up tall here. If you can, we're going to add a twist. So your first option is to take your left hand to your knee, right fingertips tent behind you. To go a little deeper, take your left elbow outside your knee in a field goal arm, and then that same twist and spiral, right fingertips behind. Spin your gaze past the right shoulder. Breathe big. Release forward. Take your hands to frame your right foot and step your left foot back to runner's lunge. With left fingers tented on the mat, peel your right arm high, runner's twist. Enjoy the yawning open of your heart. One more full breath. And take your hands down to frame the right foot. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath. On a breath in, fly the left leg up and back through 3-leg dog. Bend your left knee and yawn the hip open. Now again, feel as your left hip opens, the right elbow is naturally drawing towards the earth. So if you choose, you can bring the right forearm down. Perhaps you extend the left arm a little straighter, coming onto tented fingers. All the while, your left heel squeezes to your glute. Your knee lifts, your hip rolls open, and you breathe. Use your strength to lift back. Right elbow will lift, the left leg will straighten, and your hip will square to the earth. Take your knee to your nose, round your back as the shoulders shift forward. Kick it back, 3-leg dog. Use that work to again draw the knee forward, step the foot forward, and rise up to a warrior 2. Ground your feet, anchor them into the ground, into the earth with spread toes. Collarbones stay broad, and you're reaching beyond the fingers. Get as big as you can. Take up space. Last couple breaths here. Stay with it. Find your warrior strength, your personal power. Straighten the front leg. Take your hands to your hips and pivot your left toes. All right, for this one, walk your feet back so that your heels are towards the long edge of your mat behind you. Again, we'll use the thumbs to kick the hips forward. Come through the flat back. When the back doesn't want to stay flat anymore, allow it to round, let the hands come down. Now here you have the option to do the same forward fold you did the first round, grabbing ankles or walking the hands through. If you want to try headstand, now's a great opportunity for it. Head will come down to the earth, and then your hands stay on the mat, but they're a little bit away from your head, so you have this nice triangle, a big surface area to play with. You're welcome to bring the feet in and crawl the knees to the backs of the arms to come up through the tripod. You could also try coming up from your wide legs. Grounding through the top of your head, keep the neck strong and stable. As you squeeze the belly, extend the spine, the toes lift, and you'll slowly draw those legs together. Keep everything tight. When you're upside down, you're looking for stability. Squeeze the legs together, whether still bent and tucked or if they're straight. Either way, hug them in. Hug the elbows in. Toned through the belly. As you're ready, you'll come back down, maybe through the wide leg. A little hinge of the hips and the toes find the mat. Lift your head. Walk your hands under your shoulders. And then we'll do some Skandasanas again. Bend the right knee as the toes turn out. If you want to use the hands, that's perfectly fine. If you want to come up with hands at heart, then maybe a little different variation to play with. Find fluidity and control in the movement. Next time you're in your right knee, stay there, and we'll shift to our warrior 2. Rise back up, left knee bent, right leg straight. Reach your left hand towards the earth and to the left of your front foot. Setting up for half moon, drag your right foot forward as you load your left leg. Lift the right leg off the floor and find your balance. Draw the ribs in. Roll the heart open. Take your right hand down to the mat as you square your right hip down. Think standing split or supported warrior 3. Now guide your right knee to the outside of the left leg, bending both knees until you come to ground your right shin and sit on your right heel. Option 1 for the twist is the right hand to your knee, the left finger's behind, and you spiral. To go a bit deeper, take the right elbow outside the knee with open fingers, ground through the left fingertips, and twist. There's surely a little balance at play here, so just be with it. And then we'll come back. Hands will frame the left foot, step the right foot back to runner's lunge. Tent your right fingers and send your left arm to the sky. Open up. Enjoy the yawning open of the heart. Take one more inhale. Exhale, left hand to the mat. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to upward face. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths here. Close your eyes. Feel the posture in your body. Feel the sweat. Feel your heartbeat. The movement of your breath. Consider what stories your imagination has created. How are you limiting yourself? Bring yourself back to a knowing that you are, in fact, a part of everything. Sometimes we feel small, but we are so much more expansive. There is so much more at our fingertips available to us to call on than we know. It's your choice to capture it. Let's lower the knees down, find a tabletop. Stack your joints so the hips over the knees, and then you'll start to walk your hands forward to come down to a puppy dog pose. Either forehead to the floor or chin to the floor. Breathe easy. Shift yourself forward onto your belly. Right away, reach your arms back behind you. On a breath in, everything lifts to locust. Inhale, lift up. Hug the arms towards one another, palms facing each other. Hug your legs in towards one another and point those toes. Lift your left leg a little higher. Bring your right leg up to meet it. Lift your right leg a little higher. Bring your left up to meet it. Keep reaching and breathing. Stay for 3. 4, 2. And 1. Lower down, bring a cheek to the floor. Disengage. Now bring your gaze back to center. Extend your right arm forward. Bend your left knee and reach your left hand back for your foot. Engage through the right side body so the arm and leg are active. And then you'll start by kicking your left foot into your hand and try to lift your left thigh bone. Breath in, right side body lifts, half locust, half bow pose. Squeeze into midline. Look forward. Left arm is pulling your left leg higher. Breathe for 3. 4, 2. And 1. Lower down, opposite cheek to floor. Relax. One more side here. Reach your left arm forward. Bend your right knee and reach your right hand back for your foot. Now again, the left side body is engaged for stability. Kick your right foot into your hand and start to lift the right thigh bone. Inhale, the left side body lifts. Up you go. Squeeze to midline while getting as long as you can. Lift and brighten the heart. Believe in yourself. Open. Stay for 3. For 2. And 1. Lower down. Stack your palms, forehead to hands. And then you can bend both knees and take some windshield wipe side to side. Allow the legs to drape down. Take your hands by your ribs and press all the way back to child's pose. From child's pose, slowly peel yourself up to a tabletop position. Begin to sway your hips side to side. As your hips go left, peer right over your shoulder towards your heels. And as the hips go right, peer left. Do this back and forth. And be aware of which side is giving you the most feedback. Choose that side to sit your hips off, swing your legs out in front of you, and slowly make your way onto your back. Now as you get down there, decide which is going to serve you best. Knees to chest, or perhaps a full body stretch. Take your time, following your intuition, and getting out any final movements that your body may need. And as you're feeling satisfied, extend your legs long, take your arms by your side, and set up for your final resting pose. Close your eyes, release your effort, and bring your awareness to the breath. Consider what stories your imagination has created. Sometimes we put ourselves in boxes. How are those boxes or these stories limiting you? Remember that you are a part of everything. You expand beyond your physical form. And that means the wisdom of all creation is at your fingertips. All you need to do is ask for it. Use this time now to rest. Release the thinking, processing mind, and simply allow yourself to be in this state of wonder and possibility. Stay as long as you like and enjoy. Shavasana and Namaste.